Hello everyone and welcome to this first Playday of the Planet.Cup tournament hosted by Team Foxx. I am BioBrain, your host for these matches. I will stream this match and also my matches right after. So maybe you've heard about it, but Planet.Cup is a solo tournament, as I said, organized by Foxx team, and top 32 was qualified after a time attack phase, and right now we will have the first match where we will have Puma, Shorty, Lap, who is Highland Cactus, and Toxx. Puma is definitely the best player of those four. He was, I believe, in the top 10 of the time attack phase, I mean. And Shorty did a pretty good time attack phase as well as Lap, so they got in, and Toxx managed to get 30 or 31st, I believe. So there are 4 maps which are about 1 minute long. There are 4 rounds per map. It's on Cup Mode. The first one to reach 100 points will get Finalist mode and will need to win 1 more round to win it, and it already starts on PDC Galaxy, which is one of the 2 hardest maps of this map pack. Puma is definitely the best player on this in this match, but we will see how Shorty especially does. Maybe Lap will be able to fight. And also something which is important in this competition is that cars are forced. Cars is forced, so you must play at least with ghosts, as if you're on LAN. And for the moment, we've seen quite a lot of mistakes by Shorty and Lap in the beginning. Puma is far ahead in front of Toxx, so having cars on might be a big problem for a lot of players. A lot of players fear a bit that in matches, me as well, to be honest. And on this first round, Puma drives already quite a nice time, 103.02. Papu have set a world record of 102.3, and driving low 103 or 102s will secure first place in almost all rounds, I think. Quite a hard map. The start is already pretty tricky, but the most trickiest part is the mid part of the map. Oh, and yeah, this first uphill is quite tricky. You can easily touch Puma, find the lead. Toxx unable to make the jump. He will probably not be able to finish this round. Puma find the lead in front of Lap and Shorty. This transition especially is very tricky with this turn. It's the trickiest part of the map, those 20 seconds with this left-hander where you must keep the gear, and here avoid this little bump you can take if you go too much inside. Shorty coming back on Lap, trying to gather some points. Puma going safe. The ending also can be a bit dangerous. Yeah, Shorty goes a bit wide, he had to slow down a bit. Puma has some easy rounds for the moment, definitely. 104.1 is not that fast at the time, still decent, but we should see most of the round being won in 103 point something. Oh, bad start by Lap. He's very wide. Shorty, Toxx and Puma all together. So I didn't remind you that the top 32 players of the time attack phase was separated in 2 groups of 16 players who will all play together in 1v1v1v1 during 5 matches. Oh, and here's a mistake by Puma in the transition. He didn't lose too much though, so he might be able to catch up. And then, oh no, yeah, big mistake. This part is pretty tight. It's pretty hard to get it well. Toxx in the lead. Oh, Shorty touched. It will be between Lap and Toxx. Puma will probably not catch up on Shorty, or Lap really wide. Toxx should get it. Yeah, he has a nice ending, and Lap wasn't very confident, so he slowed down. The best thing to do is to go inside in this last turn and then jump above the finish. And all of a sudden the match is a bit closer than expected, with Puma taking only 3 points. Ooh, Puma taking risks in this first uphill, and it pays off. Quite a close round for the moment. Driving with cars on must really trouble all the players. Oh, Lap with a mistake on the left. It's really hard to have, yeah, as Toxx did, it's really hard to have a nice line and keep the gear in this right-hander, this long right-hander. Oh, Puma saving it, he was a bit wide. Still good. Shorty and Lap slightly coming back, but it probably won't be enough. If Puma doesn't do a big mistake, it's an easy round again for him. Yeah, he just has to save it. Shorty trying to overthink Lap though. Oh, Puma with a mistake at the end. Oh, this is very unfortunate. This is very unfortunate by Puma. He should have saved it, and instead of having 33 points, he only has 26. But unfortunate, he's still in the lead in front of Lap, who got the 10 points ahead of Shorty. And we are now on the second map, Line of Sight by Firestorm. One of the two easiest maps of the map pack, I'd say, but the start can be pretty tricky. As you will see, you must go inside the checkpoint, and you have here a chicane where you must keep the gear, and it's very tricky, especially with cars on. We will probably see a lot of crashes on this map in all the matches. The second part of the map is much easier, I'd say. But it's especially the start which will be the decider on this map, I think. The second half of the map is pretty easy, you gather a lot of speed, and then just a question of saving your lines. Puma has the best daddy of all 4 players, I believe. He drove 0.4 in rounds. Where are the others? Lap in 52.7. I don't see Toxx. Shorty hasn't trained much. He has PDC to drive as well. Oh, Puma with a big mistake, he clipped, and Lap as well. Oh, Lap will have troubles to finish. Not Puma. Yeah, he's pretty far. Toxx in the lead. Oh, clipping the uphill. Shorty's in the lead. Yeah, Puma will finish. You have 10 seconds to finish a round. So maybe it will be a bit hard for Lap. We will see. At the moment, Shorty leading in front of Toxx. Shorty saving it. Yeah, he doesn't need to risk. He just needs to save the last jump. Oh, he lost his gear, and Toxx come back like a rocket. Oh, but it's not enough. He almost made it, only 400s behind Shorty, while he was 4/10 behind him. Puma securing third, and Lap able to barely get fourth. Oh, people going all on the right. Only Lap went inside, but they all made it. Oh, Shorty clipped in the chicane. Oh, lap not going tight enough. Toxx taking the lead in front of Puma. The match is really close at the moment. It's surprising that Puma struggles so much. He should be at 37. Oh, lap not making the jump. Can Puma come back on Toxx? It's really close at the moment. Maybe he can come back on the ending, but Toxx has a good ending, and as we saw in the previous round. Oh, Puma with a nice line. Oh, but his line is not good enough. Yeah, nice time by Toxx. Good run by him. Puma a bit slow, but 51 is a decent time on this map. We will probably see mostly 50.5 for the best times, I think, in this map. Still 2 rounds on this map, I believe. Oh, only lap is going inside the CP at the moment. He's doing it well though. Oh, they are all making the chicane, but Shorty clipped, lost a lot. Puma took the lead in front of Lap. Lap coming back strong though. Where is Toxx? Yeah, he didn't lose too much. Oh, Lap came back on Puma. Puma with nice turn. Everyone did it pretty well. The ending will be pretty close between all those players. Oh, Lap not having the best line, same for Toxx. Puma extending a bit his lead. As we approach the ending, Puma with the best line. Oh, Toxx having a nice line in the end. He will overtake Lap, but Puma secures first. Nice round. Shorty taking 4th. Nice round by everyone. Shorty just clipping at the start. Last round now on this map, which is, I believe, the last appreciated map of the pack. Oh, Toxx having it well. Oh, Puma going inside the checkpoint, which is a bit faster. Excuse me, it's more risky, but it pays off more. We saw Lap clipping the left wall. Puma in the lead in front of Shorty. Toxx losing ground. Oh, he lost the gear, I believe. No, it's good. Puma having a nice round for the moment. Setting a nice time at the moment, I believe, yeah. He's probably on a 0.6 or 0.5. Shorty trying to come back, but he's still 0.16 behind. Oh, he has a nice line though. Can he overtake Puma? No, he can't. Puma with a nice time. He held well the first place. And so this will conclude this second map, and Puma took a small lead, 10 points ahead of Toxx, which was 46 points, then 41 for Shorty, I believe, yeah, and 48 for Lap. So everything can still happen. We are now on the second hard map of the pack, PDC Breath by Max, which is a hard map, and the start as well, which will be very hard with cars on, because you must go, it's pretty tight, and you must go very tight and turn your car pretty early to avoid the gear up and have a nice line. It's a tricky map, as well as Galaxy, with PDC Galaxy map we had as first. This jump can be a bit tricky. The best thing to do in this turn is to keep the gear, but it's not that easy. And this uphill downhill can be pretty dangerous, you can easily hit, but risking this spot can be pretty valuable. And the ending will be the decider in this map, I think. Puma got it really well. You must keep your gear and having a nice 2 wheels. Clipped a bit, but was still a nice preview one by Puma. We will see who will be able to get the most points on this map, I'd rather bet on Puma. He was pretty strong on this one, and yeah, Lap already clipping the checkpoint. Puma should win most of the rounds here on this hard map. Yeah, he extends his lead in front. Toxx and Shorty not far behind though. Oh, Toxx going away and he clipped. He was too far on the right and went out of the block. Shorty not far behind Puma though, so it's not safe, and the ending can be pretty tricky, but Puma had way more speed after this downhill. Lap not so far behind. Puma safing the end. Oh, he almost clipped. Shorty having a better ending though. Will be a good, nice ending by Puma there. Bit risky to take the two wheels like that, but still good. Nice one by Puma. 1 minute point 2 is pretty good. This map is well appreciated by other players. Not my favorite one, but still a good map. Lap having the slowest start. We saw a lot of good players going 59 excuse me, in rounds on this map, but rounds will probably be in 1 minute, low 1 minute. We saw Shorty clipping touching the uphill. Lap losing ground, Toxx as well. Puma on a nice round at the moment. He will probably, yeah, he's 0.3 faster than the previous round. He's on a 59 at the moment. Toxx trying to come back. Oh, Puma very wide. He lost his gear, but Toxx was very wide as well, and Puma managed to get a nice line and keep the gear. Toxx clipped, and Shorty will pass him. Nice ending by Shorty, and pretty good time by Puma. Yeah, Toxx could have overtaken Puma in the end, but he was too wide and he lost his gear and also clipped in the jump, and now Puma has a pretty big lead. 23 points ahead of Shorty and Toxx, and Lap is 11 points behind Shorty and Toxx, so he must catch up on the two last rounds of this map. Toxx not having the best start. Oh, Puma risking, he touched. He's not too far behind, but might be tough to come back. Oh, he touched the CP, he's out of the picture. Oh, Shorty with a big mistake. Oh, and he doesn't make it. He will probably not finish the round even. Toxx and Lap fighting for first, but Toxx touched, and Puma might even be able to come back on Toxx. Oh, back turn by Puma. Let's see who has the best ending. Puma having a nice line. Oh, Toxx not having the best line and the best speed. Puma comes back and overtakes Toxx. Lap with slow speed, but low speed, but still in the lead. And Puma took second. And Lap managed to take first. Shorty unable to finish, and Lap came back. 18 more points for Puma until he gets finalist. 2 more wins. Last round on this map. Oh, Lap geared up and lost 0.1 rather. Oh, he jumps very far. You can do a little trick by air braking before the tech platform, so you will get a nosedive in the downhill. We saw Puma overtaking, taking a lot of risks, but it pays off. Puma is in the lead in front of Toxx and Shorty. Oh, Toxx taking risks, still second. Lap doesn't manage to come back. Puma holding strong, he's probably on a nice time. Oh, pretty wide, but still nice. Everyone wide in this turn. You prefer to go as tight as possible here as well. Lap loses ground. Toxx will secure second in front of Shorty, and Nice time by Puma in this last round. And Toxx able to take second place. That will giving us slight lead before this last map. Puma almost in finalist. He needs one more win as we go on the last map, the map by Lion. Better late than never. A pretty easy map. Not some players like it because it's pretty easy. Others don't because it's too easy and some parts can be not random but pretty annoying. You want to take as much risks as possible in this first uphill. And there's especially this U-turn which comes right here, which can be pretty annoying and you don't want to bump inside like Lap did. And then this is probably the most annoying part of the map. The best thing to do, in my opinion, is to keep the gear in those two turns, but it's not that easy. There you want to keep your gear as well. You can gear up after this downhill and it can be very useful. Otherwise you don't gear up and you can gear up right here before this turn and it can be pretty annoying for the last banking, which is pretty, I wouldn't say hard, but having a nice line while having the gear up right before the turn can be pretty annoying, as I said, and make you lose a lot of time. Here we go, Puma 30 points in the lead. We'll try to finish on this map. He has a lot of margin. At the moment should be a clear win for him. And he already takes the lead in front of Lap. But everyone is still here. Oh, Toxx going way too wide. Still not far behind. Puma 0.2 in the lead, in front of everyone else. But here comes a tricky part. Shorty losing the gear, having a nice line, he will go up to second. Lap having nice speed, he clips the uphill, Puma taking risk and being fine. The front here is now 0.4 in the lead. Ooh, he risked kinda much, but it's fine for him. Toxx overtaking Shorty, but now comes the banking. Shorty with a bit more speed, but not that good of a line still. Okay, he did better than Toxx. Nice ending by Shorty. He almost clipped in the inside. A nice time by Puma. A lot of players managed to go in 57 on this map. I'd say it's top 12, top 15 managed to get 57 in ones on this map, but I don't think we'll see a lot of 57 in matches, except for best players. Puma just did one, actually, and he is now in finalist mode. He now needs one more win to secure first place in this match. But it wouldn't be surprising to see him dominate. I mean, winning already the match. He's by far the best player among those four. Lap could have been a problem for him, but he didn't train much. And Puma just needs to save now. The ending, he's fine the lead, 0.4 in the lead as previous round. He has a good ending. Toxx and Shorty fighting like the previous round. Toxx slightly in the lead, trying to come back on Puma, but Puma securing it, and he will... Oh, no, it's okay. Oh! Toxx almost losing at the end, but nice win by Puma. Pretty important points won by the French player right here. And he already gathers 8 points, I believe, for the global ranking, or 5, I don't remember exactly. And it's still pretty tight among all the players behind him. Everyone can still be second. Toxx seemed to be a bit more consistent than the two other. Oh, and right when I say it, he goes way too wide. Shorty comes back. Lap having troubles in this map. Oh, they both keep the gear, then lose it, and Shorty with a nice tight line. Didn't have that smooth of a landing, but much better line than Toxx. Oh, Toxx a bit wide, lost some speed. Now it's Shorty's round to lose. He just needs to save the ending, and he does it pretty well. Nice one by Shorty. He will come back. He will come back 2 points behind Toxx, and Lap is losing more and more points at the moment than the two others. And so we'll play until second and third place are decided. Last round on this map, I believe. Nice start as always by Toxx and Shorty. Lap falling behind. Oh, he came back. Toxx. Yeah, Toxx is going way too wide in this turn. He must go way tighter. And he's way tighter in this turn than Lap and Shorty. He came back a bit. And I don't know why, but Puma's time is still showing in the checkpoints for some reason. And Toxx came back on Shorty once again. The ending will be pretty close. Oh, Toxx was not with a bad line. He had to slow down a lot. And he had a bad line here. Will probably end third. Yeah, Lap overtook him and Shorty secures first and will even overtake Toxx in the rankings. And we will now come back to the first map, which was Galaxy by Yoshi. Let's see now who will be able to, if someone will be able to get second on this map. I'd rather bet on Lap. I believe Lap was the strongest one, I mean the most consistent one of the three players on this map, but he was making a lot of mistakes on all the other maps, so it's now his time to come back into nice rounds. But Toxx seemed as well to be pretty strong on the first maps. We will see who will be able to get second. Shorty for the moment at 87 in front of Toxx 83 and Lap 71. But the point distribution is 10-6-4 at the moment, so with nice first place results by Lap, it could be, he could come back in the fight. Let's go for the second round on this, second time we're playing this map already. Good start by all the players. Oh, Lap lost his gear? No, he didn't. They all keep their gear, they are all having a nice start. Oh, Shorty geared up. Oh, Toxx almost clipping. Pretty close round so far. Oh, huge mistake by Toxx. He will probably not be able to finish. He will probably be able. Oh, Shorty lost the gear. Lap didn't. And Lap will extend his lead in this spot. Oh, bumped a little bit, but still had a good line. Oh, did he touch? Oh, he didn't. Still able to have a nice lead. And yeah, as I said, Lap is doing good on this map. Wouldn't be surprising to see him taking several first places on this map. And he saved the ending 104.01. And Lap will come back and that was pretty important for him to secure first here, because now Shorty is only at 93 and Shorty needs to take first if he wants to be finalist. And yeah, as I said, Lap just said he was pretty good only on this map, so time to shine for him. Oh, Shorty with a tight line, Toxx as well, Lap having a bit more speed, he comes back. Oh, Lap clipped! Oh, and he lost a lot, Shorty with a bad line, Toxx taking the lead in front of Shorty as a tech player. It's pretty nice to have some tech players in this competition, and to be honest, they are doing pretty well. There's Marius, there's Shorty, there's Toxx. Indeed, Riolu as well plays the competition and is doing rather good when we look at his time attack position and his times on the different maps. And Toxx securing an easy first place this round. He won't have first place, but he will just need to finish next round in order to have the final status. Same for Shorty, 99, 97. Lap only 85. Here we go. Will Lap be able to come back? He needs 15 points, so 1 first and 1 second place to get final status. He needs some good rounds right now. And for the moment he is doing great. Oh, taking risks. Oh, Toxx clipped. Oh, Shorty with a very nice line there. This is how you want to do it. Lap and Toxx not far behind. Toxx lost some ground. And Shorty will probably deny Lap the first place, unless he does like Puma did earlier, a big mistake in the end. It's not over yet for Shorty. Oh, Lap clipping, he will even get third. Oh, and this is absolutely terrible for Lap, and quite a nice time by Shorty. 103.6, definitely a decent time. And now we have 2 people finalists, and Lap needs 11 points to get final status. He now needs to get first to deny Shorty, and Toxx is a win. Oh, nice start, very nice start by Lap. Toxx clipped. Shorty is not far behind though. Let's focus on him. Oh, and right when I say it, he went a bit too close to the checkpoint. Lap now has to... Oh, big mistake by Lap. He took way too much risks. I mean, he didn't risk that much because basically you want to go tight there. You have to... Oh, Shorty making a mistake as well, and it's now Toxx being in the lead. It will... Can it still change? Oh no, Toxx is holding it now. Oh, the mistake by Shorty is costing him the second place. Toxx should have it unless he does a big mistake in the end. Toxx secures it. Nice one by Toxx. He took the advantage thanks to Shorty's mistake. You wanna avoid as much as possible mistakes on dirt because they cost you a lot of time, depending on where you do it, of course, but you usually lose way more time on dirt than when you do a slight mistake than on tech, and it's pretty hard to come back unless someone else does a mistake. And so we come back on the line of sight map by Firestorm. Should be a win for Shorty. I mean, on the he got a little bump on the block. Shorty was more consistent on this map than Lap, so Lap now needs to win 2 rounds in a row if we want if he wants to secure third place. Can be important to get third over fourth place, because it could be some important points if you want to enter the top 8. Let's go for what could be the final round, otherwise we'll have 2 rounds, our lap being pretty wide already. Going well into the checkpoint, Shorty having a 0.1 lead at the moment, Lap saving it. Oh, and Lap doing the mistake. But Shorty not having the best, yes, still a nice exit of the uphill. Oh, being a bit wide here. Oh, it's over. I think this is over. Shorty just needs to save the ending, and unless he does a huge crash. Yeah, he's saving it so much. He looked at the time in the checkpoint, and he has a huge lead, and he saves it and will secure third place. GG! So Puma first, Toxx second, Shorty third, and Lap fourth. This is it for this first match of the Planet Cup competition. Shorty a bit frustrated because yeah, he could have taken second place, and Toxx overtook him. Pretty nice match dominated by Puma, and this is it for the first match of this competition. I will have my first match at 6 PM and then 7 PM my second match. And so thanks for watching already this first video, and see you next time for the next matches.